Are you getting ready for braces and or Invisalign? Did anybody tell you that it's really important to keep your teeth clean? Listen, if you have had braces and maybe you didn't take care of your teeth well enough, got the infamous spots on your teeth, leave a comment below. We're here to talk to you. Before we finish today's video, I'm gonna show you a case that demonstrates poor hygiene during orthodontic treatment, and I'll tell you what we decided to do as a result. Let's start over. Do braces cause cavities? That's what we're gonna talk about today. So, if you had cavities while you were getting braces, leave a comment below. If you had spots on your teeth as part of your braces, leave a comment below. Listen, okay? What are the spots? What are the cavities? Well, they're not good. Let me just tell you that. Listen, braces can help straighten teeth and beautify your bite. It's fantastic, right? Very good. But the number one thing related to oral health long-term, like keeping your teeth long-term, healthy, strong, good gums, good bone, clean, not necessarily your bite, not necessarily the alignment of your teeth. Some people have really crooked teeth and can still keep them clean. Although some people with very crooked teeth have a hard time cleaning their teeth. And some people with poor bites, position of their teeth, right? They can wear down their teeth differently and or damage some of their gum. But that's all very case-based. You need to see a provider to understand your case better. But we're talking about, right, the most important thing to keep your teeth healthy, your oral health, is clean teeth. So what happens? Well, all of our mouths have bacteria in them, all right? When you eat, if you leave food in your mouth or you drink things that are very acidic or you have lots of sugar, all of that stuff gets caked in your mouth and left for the bacteria to digest. And what do? They poop on your teeth, basically. And that byproduct is going to dissolve your teeth over time, right? So it doesn't happen right away, like one night. But if you leave stuff caked in your teeth all the time, you don't clean them well enough, you're gonna end up with cavities. Not just holes, but decay that is continuing to break down the enamel, dentin, all the way into your nerve, and then you might need a root canal. Sometimes the cavities aren't so big, you get fillings, but listen, we're trying to avoid cavities, so keep your teeth clean. Well, what happens when you get braces, or even Invisalign? We're gonna come back to that. Okay, before I answer that question, remember, stay tuned. I'm gonna show you this case of a patient that couldn't keep their teeth clean, so we took the braces off. We didn't finish treatment, we took the braces off because it was just getting kind of bad. Okay, so what happens with braces and Invisalign? Well, with braces, basically you're putting on little squares on each tooth. And those squares have parts that, come out from the tooth, then it's just like lay flat, right? It's kind of bulky, a little bit, not too bad, right? It's gotten better and better. We used to have metal rings that went all the way around the teeth. That's crazy. And then we have wires, and sometimes you add on top of that like power chain, right? All those things, what are they doing? They are creating more places for the food to get stuck. You're like, why are you guys doing that? Well, trade-offs, right? You can go through braces and Invisalign or other clear aligner products with clean teeth, right? It just takes work. Can't be lazy. You gotta spend time keep your teeth clean. Well, the braces, like I said, they create plaque traps, places where your food can get stuck, especially when the brackets are close to the gums. You're like, why are you placing it close to the gums? Do you want a pretty smile or not, okay? The positioning of the bracket sometimes has to be such where you place it closer to the gums to help maintain a cosmetic smile, and it becomes your job to keep your teeth clean. Sometimes you have to visit the dentist more regularly, every 3 months instead of 6 months. Sometimes you benefit from additional fluoride treatment to help. There are other products out there, by the way, if you're against fluoride, that can be used to help strengthen the teeth. But the most important thing is not the rinses, not the toothpaste necessarily. It's actual physical, get the stuff off your teeth, brush it off. Is there a good toothbrush? The one that you use effectively and the one that you spend time with, that is the best toothbrush. So you gotta get on top of your brackets and you gotta get below your brackets, right by the gums. When you look at your teeth, they should be nice and shiny. If you got white fuzzy stuff on your teeth that you can rub off with your finger, that's not good. You gotta get it off. And you're like, well, I thought Invisalign was supposed to be really good for oral hygiene. Well, it can be, in theory, because you can take it out. But remember, you're supposed to have the trays in for a good portion of the day. If you have your trays on all the time and you're drinking the soda and all these sugary things, or you're eating a lot of sugary foods for lunch, or even if you just eat normal food for lunch, which may be sugary things, and then you put your trays back in without rinsing, you're just caking all that stuff in there and it just sits there. So you can still get cavities and spots on your teeth with Invisalign too. It's not just a no-brainer. So what can happen? Again, you can get cavities, and there's these other things called white spots on your teeth. Look them up online. It's kind of scary, but maybe that's what you need to help you get your rear into gear and keep your teeth clean. So without further ado, here is a case that we got the braces on, and then in connection with our dental visits, we decided, let's see if you can guess after looking. All right, so we took off the braces. This is after the braces. Look at our gums down here. Very red, very puffy, not good at all. Then you're like, whoa, what are these spots on the teeth? Or they don't look so fuzzy to me. It's because we got all this stuff off. These spots, okay, you can get spots a couple different ways. One, sometimes if you drink a lot of fluoride, but that's not like a major risk, that can happen. Or sometimes as the teeth develop, they develop differently, or certain parts of their processes are interrupted or different, and they end up with spots on the teeth. So it's not like bad necessarily, but you get these spots, so it's not as cosmetic. Or, right, when you have brackets in place, right, the food gets caked around the brackets, and then you end up with these white lines around, like it almost looks like squares where the bracket was. And so these are sometimes considered pre-cavity. That means they haven't formed a cavity yet, but they're like starting to break down the tooth. And sometimes if you're not careful enough and you don't recognize it, you can get actual cavities where the tooth breaks down, and you have to get it filled. So what we decided, we took off the braces in this case. Hey, look, we can't, these teeth are gonna get damaged, and we're gonna go ahead and finish, and patient won't be able to improve everything that they want to because we can't keep our teeth clean. So total bummer, but this is the risk that you run, right? Inflamed gums can lead to bone loss. We don't want that. Or unhealthy gums, I should say. Unhealthy tissue can lead to eventual bone loss. And again, with food that's caked on our teeth, we can end up with spots that are really hard to fix. So there you have it. Invisalign braces, they're great. They can do great things for your teeth, but the risk is you could end up with cavities, or worse, that you have to manage with the dentist, or spots that you may also have to manage with the dentist, and some sort of whitening or filling to try and fix it. But it all comes at an extra cost, and if you don't manage it, it may not be very sightly. It's just not fun. It's not good, right? Keep your dental visits, keep your teeth clean, don't risk the cavities or the spots, and get the bite you always wanted and the smile you always wanted at the same time. Listen, if you know somebody who's thinking about getting braces, share with them this video. Help them remember, gotta brush, you gotta brush, you gotta brush. Okay, keep your teeth clean and stay close to the dentist to try to reduce your risk for spots and cavities. Or you can just tell them to come to the office, and I'll tell them that, and hopefully it can help them straighten their teeth and beautify their bite. That's all I've got, just a little PFOing so you know where you're going. Packard out.